And I just like ask them about the religion just because I'm curious.
Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a special guest, one of my favorite people on the planet. This is Dominic, my 15-year-old son. He's agreed to come on here and do a Q&A, I guess. So kind of like a truth or dare minus the dare. We have compiled a list of 5 questions each to ask each other. We don't know what's on each other's lists, so we're just gonna go for it.
So,
This is meant to be like a little bit like catch us off guard and maybe a little bit embarrassing. I don't know what your questions are like, but who wants to go first? Rochambeau?
just go youngest. And
Okay.
We can alternate questions.
Brilliant.
So, who was a harder kid to raise? Was it me or was it the little one?
This is hard to answer only because the little one is sitting right there and he's giving me faces. And by that, you should already know what the answer is. So the harder of the two is definitely your younger brother. But you know what? He's got a lot of spunk, and I love that about him. He's a pretty awesome kid. You're pretty awesome too, but you were definitely easier. Okay. So... I also brought snacks and I have wine. What did you bring?
Water.
Water. You're so healthy. So, as some of you might know, earlier this year we traveled to New York. Dominic played at Carnegie Hall with his high school band. So, part of that trip was he was with his bandmates, with chaperones, while we, the rest of the family, were doing our own thing, and we met up a couple times. But for the majority, you spent most of the time with your school, with your friends, doing your things that they had planned for you.
We're always in groups and with chaperones.
Yeah. So, and before we left, I drilled it into you. Like, these are the do's and the don'ts. Like, I was very nervous about this whole trip, you being 15 and just like in this huge city without your parents. So, with that said, while you were in New York City, did you do anything that I wouldn't have approved of? And if so, what?
Yeah. So, one of the mornings, me and like 2 other kids, we asked our chaperone if we could go get breakfast, and she said it was all right to go chaperoneless, as long as we were within like a 1 to 2 block radius. So we went to breakfast without a chaperone.
And they let you. And that was a huge no-no for me. I was like, you don't go anywhere without your chaperone. But I'm glad that you survived that and that you're here to tell us about it today. Okay, you're up.
What was your love life before you met Dad?
Okay. So, for those of you that don't know, I met my husband when I was 16. That's when we started dating. So I didn't have much of a love life prior to your father. I had one boyfriend to speak of. It was super innocent. Nothing major happened. Your dad, I can honestly say, was my first love. So yeah, not much. I'm kind of boring in that aspect.
A 3-month relationship to a 12-year marriage.
17.
Wait, why did I say 12?
I don't know. We just celebrated our 17th wedding anniversary. But we've been together since late 1999, early 2000 is when we started hanging out.
1997?
1999. Did I say 97?
I don't know.
1999, late 1999, early 2000, like between Christmas, New Year's, like that's when we became friends and we started hanging out more, but we didn't become official until May 2000. So 20 years. We've been together 20 years. No breakups.
No breaks?
No breakups.
Full on?
Full on. You know, I tried. There was one time where we got into this big fight and I'm I'm going to break up with you. And he showed up at my house. I think I was 17 at that time. He showed up at my house and like pretty much just, I don't want to say begged me, but we talked it through. So there was no official breakup. It didn't happen. It was all within the same day. And I was like, okay, we can work through this. And we did. So yeah, my turn. Have you ever drank alcohol?
Oh, that was weird. I just put it in and took it out. Okay.
You put it in.
I had to the food because you asked the question.
I was like, you put the alcohol in and then you take it out?
No. But yeah, I have drank alcohol before. It was
like rubbing alcohol?
it was at when I went to Halloween at my friend's house, and we were chilling in his garage.
Like how long ago? Like last Halloween?
2019, right? That's yeah. Yeah, and I did it out of curiosity. I had no intentions of getting tipsy or drunk. It was just I wanted to know what it was like.
A taster?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I didn't like it.
What did you drink?
Like straight vodka. It was raw vodka.
What kind?
Smirnoff.
No. Okay. Good choice, son. Vodka's nasty. Oh, your turn.
Oh, my question is, what's your first experience with alcohol too?
Was that really the next on your list?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I think I was 16. So I have a sister that's 10 years older than me, and I used to hang out with her a lot when I was a teenager. And I remember one night she made margaritas at her house, and we just had like a game night. And she said, "Here, you can have some of this." And I had a margarita, and I really enjoyed it. That was my first experience. My turn? So, you're a good student. We know that. You try hard, and I have high expectations for you. Have you ever hid a bad grade from me?
No.
Or maybe not just hid it, but just like kept it a secret, didn't say anything?
Not that I could think of. The last time I had a really bad grade, I bombed a test and I texted you about it. I was really upset.
I do remember that. It was math.
Mm-hmm.
But you did a retake.
Yeah, and I brought it up.
You brought it up. I do remember that. So that was it?
Yeah.
You're so smart.
No, not really.
You try hard.
Sure.
Okay, next.
What does a period feel like?
You mean to like write one at the end of a sentence?
No. I was gonna say sure as a joke, but no.
Okay, so I can only speak for myself because they're different for every female. But for me, what do you want to know about? Like
Just
the
like-
actual feeling, or just like the cramping associated, or
Yeah,
what?
that like.
Okay.
Does it hurt or is it annoying?
For me, I would say after I had kids, it became more mild. It's not anything terrible. It's not anything that like lays me up in bed, or nothing even that I have to take like Advil or ibuprofen for. But it is uncomfortable. It can be severe for some women, but I can't describe it in words for a male because you won't know. But it's like your lower abdomen, and it just cramps inside, and it feels uncomfortable. And there's bloating associated with that. You probably don't know what that is.
Bloating out or bloating?
Bloating, yeah. So it's uncomfortable because it's a little bit painful, and then there's the bloating, and so you just don't feel great, like your normal self.
You just feel gross?
I feel gross. Yes, it definitely feels gross. That's a very good.
I can barely handle a stomach ache.
Yeah. But imagine it for a couple days. Like for me, just a couple days.
Is that normal?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it varies. Everybody's different. But yeah, I think a couple of days of cramping is pretty normal. Is that it? Did I answer it
Yeah.
fully for you? Okay, good. So are you looking forward to moving out someday? Like just the way we run our house and the rules, and I know I have high expectations. Is it too much for you? Like, are you just itching to get out of here?
No. Like, I do get annoyed at times, but I just think back and I'm just grateful for just what you guys do. No, I don't say, oh, I hate my
Yeah.
parents, I'm gonna run away. I never say that.
Aw, I love that. So, as long as you're in school and working hard, you stay as long as you like. Okay?
I just pictured a 45-year-old me staying here.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding.
I would be happy if you were here till you were like 25, and then after that, and that's like going to school full time.
It was a joke.
Okay, but
Calm down.
but beyond 25, boy, you got to go. Okay, what's your question?
What stressed you out when you were a kid?
This is a deep question, really deep question. So, I would have to say that money stressed me out, and I came from a family who didn't have a lot of money, and it was evident. I mean, it's nothing that your parents can like hide from you. You just know, you know. And so I think it taught me a lot about life at an early age, and it taught me how to just appreciate what you have. It taught me how to work hard for the things you want. It taught me to save and to just take care of what you have. So if anything, yes, it stressed me as a child, you know, money issues, but I am grateful for that in the long term because it taught me so much.
Wow, that was deep.
Yeah. That was a great question. I would love to, in like 20 years from now, ask you the same question. I would be very curious to know what stressed you out as a
I
child.
can answer that question right now.
Oh, I don't know if I want to hear that. Do I want to hear it?
I don't know. Right now, it's probably just school and school work.
Okay.
Because like I'm a junior and like I have things that I need to prepare myself for. Wow, my voice. Like the ACTs and SAT testing and all that stuff and like college applications and
Yeah.
that's really about it.
School it's intense. It's a lot. And right now it's different because we're on distance learning, but prior to like all last year, and especially like winter, early spring of last year was incredibly busy for you, doing marching band, drumline, school, and then you were conditioning for baseball. And I don't know how you did it. Like,
Me either.
you put in 40 hours of extracurriculars a week, which is a full-time job for most adults. Plus
Yeah,
your
some days
however many hours of actual school plus homework.
yeah, some days you'd have like 12 plus hour days.
Yeah, insane. So honestly, there's always a positive to every negative, and the whole pandemic coronavirus has been devastating to our world. But for us, it definitely has showed its positive effects, and just slowing down and being able to focus and spend time at home as a family and to do things like this. Like this time last year, there's no way we would have been able to find time
No,
to do
I'd probably
something
be
like
at
this.
baseball practice.
You would, yeah. And then you'd come home and you'd want to eat and you'd want to shower and then you'd want to just
sleep.
chill and sleep. Yeah. So life definitely always has a positive for every negative. So I don't even know where we're at. Was that my question or yours?
That was your question. So it's my turn.
Okay.
What was your first high school party like?
Okay. So I didn't go to a lot of high school parties. I was very shy growing up, and especially in high school, I was quiet. I was more of an observer. But I did attend a few parties, and they were house parties. And I don't remember a lot about them. I just remember like being in these houses with a lot of people and loud music, and sometimes there were lights, like think disco lights. I don't know if they had one of those little things
I know
that
what
were,
you mean.
yeah. And people would dance, and there would be alcohol. I never drank any alcohol at those parties. I remember being very uncomfortable. Like, why am I here? What am I doing here? I don't belong here.
How'd you end up there?
Because I had a good friend that was very outgoing, which is really weird being that I was shy. But she would drag me to all these things. And
I'm surprised you let her do that.
I know that. Weird. I think that she would just be like, do you want to spend the night? And I'd be like, sure. And then it was at the last minute, like, oh, do you want to go to this party? And I'm like,
quote unquote last minute. That's what
how
she
am
wanted you to
I?
think.
And then I just even remember being like, I don't have anything to wear. Like, you know, I never had the latest, like, name brands, and I would borrow clothes of hers. She would be like, put this on. And so, yeah. And then I would be uncomfortable because I'm like, it doesn't fit, or I'm not used to this. Yeah, it was just very. I always think of that Alessia Cara song, and I can't even remember what it's called, but she basically talks about like being at these parties and she's not. Do you know what I'm talking about? That
Yeah.
song. What is that song called?
I don't remember.
Okay, but you know, where she's like, I don't belong here, and like, you know, yeah. And I always think like that was so me. Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had a crush on a teacher?
No.
I know that sounds really weird, but you're in high school now, and some of these teachers are super young. And
Very
it
few.
happens.
Very few. Most of them are.
They're older.
They're older. Or they're like middle aged.
Okay, well, yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I was in high school, there was one teacher, my ecology teacher, and he was young, and I was like, I enjoy this class.
For the wrong
It was just
reasons.
eye candy, nothing like, oh my God, I'm gonna marry him. No, something nice to look at midday, you know, midday snack.
That's kind of
I
weird.
know. I know it is weird. Okay, next.
Oh. Is that all my questions?
Was that it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Any bonus questions?
No.
No, nothing comes to mind. This is your opportunity. Once I turn that camera off, done. No more chances.
I have
I'm
nothing.
just kidding. Okay. So, last question for you. Do you think I'm crazy, or do you think all moms are like this?
I don't think all moms are like you.
I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Are you crazy? Yeah, sometimes you scare me. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I have my moments.
you'll get mad at something, and I'll be like, oh crap, and I'll go hide.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. What do you think? Do you like being a YouTube star?
No, not really.
All right. See you guys all next time. Bye.